What's good? What's good? What's going on, world? It's your boy Ryan Fraser, Ryan from the Six. And man, we had a great event, a great fight. Definitely something that I wasn't gonna. I'm not gonna lie, man. I thought this fight was gonna be mad. I didn't think much of it going into it, but Tay delivered, bro. Chris Eubank Jr., Connor Benn definitely gave us a potential fight of the year. And it was just an electric atmosphere. Everything that led up to the fight. And then the fight was great. Like, shout out to all these guys. We had the egg smack. We had Chris Eubank Sr. talking bad on his son. And then we had the Williams skull. Connor Benn said that he stopped him in sparring. And then we had obviously yesterday where it looked like, you know, Chris Eubank was drained and we didn't know how he was going to perform in the fight. But I'll say this off the top, man. Chris Eubank Jr., I think he could have made weight. He was half a pound out. I really think he could have made the weight. He just chose not to. But man, this is boxing. Sometimes these guys just need to cut this crap out and just make the weight, get in the ring, do what they got to do. But these dudes definitely did that, man. At the end of the day, they both performed at that highest level. They both did what they had to do. And Eubank Jr. is the winner by unanimous decision. I believe they had it 116, 112 across all three cards. I thought Eubank Jr. did enough to win. I thought, Connor Benn showed a lot of heart in this fight, moving up two weight classes. He was at 147, skip 54, go to 60 for this fight. Chris Eubank Jr. shout out to him for going down one weight class and meeting. And it was a great fight, man. I didn't expect it to go that way. Eubank Jr. came out very early with his jab, popping his jab out. He looked like he was gonna take over the fight really early. I thought Connor Benn had a lot of energy. I thought Connor Benn did a lot of good things, but I also thought Connor Benn was using a lot of unnecessary energy. He needed to get inside, and that's when he was doing his best work in the fight. And shout out to him, man. Shout out to Connor Benn because he didn't lay down. He put it all out. He was ready to lay out on his shield. He was ready to go out on his shield, as we saw at the end there. And so was Chris Eubank Jr. Like, he got tired. He is the older man. He looked like he was fading as the fight was going on. I did think he was controlling the fight. You could tell he had more experience. And I just feel like for Connor Benn, he was just too small. He couldn't really put down Eubank Jr. He couldn't really put him out to respect his power. And I also feel like Connor Benn lacked the skills. He lacked the skills to get on the inside, and obviously get around that jab. He didn't do a good job making Chris miss a lot of that jab. So Chris actually threw, I think, 200 more punches than Connor Benn. And I thought Connor Benn needed to be the guy who was working a lot harder because he was the smaller guy. But, with all that being said, Connor Benn put up a good fight. Chris Eubank Jr. obviously won the fight. But at the same time, I don't think a rematch is needed. I think this is done. I think Connor Benn's got to go back down. Maybe 54 is a good weight for him. Chris Eubank Jr., I don't know what's next for him. He's pretty old. Man, I'd be mad if Canelo gives him a fight. But it looks like that's what it may go to. The UK does want to see Canelo fight there. Canelo wants to fight in the UK. I was also thinking like Hamza Shiraz possibly too. But it just looks like Chris Eubank Jr. might get that Canelo fight that he's been looking for. And Connor Benn needs to go back down and fight the better opposition, man. But great fight by both men. Connor Benn looked strong in there at points, man. He was definitely landing the bigger shots, but he didn't land enough shots for me to give him any wins. I probably gave it around the same thing. I probably had it the same score, 116, 112, as the judges did. But at the same time, Connor Benn is better at those smaller weights than he was at 60. And I think he needs to go back down. And for Chris Eubank Jr., he's got one big fight left in him. And I think he's got to call it. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you thought the fight went, how it all went down, and what you think both men got to do going forward. And shout out to the Ring Magazine because this was their first big event of their cards. Ring Magazine, Turkey Al Sheikh. This was not a Riyadh season. This was a Ring Magazine card, Fatal Fury. So I hope next weekend, when we get the big one, it's even better than this one. But yeah, man, let me know your predictions and what you thought about the event. Peace.